Hi, my name is Peggy Matson. I'm a program director here at Washington University in St. Louis for the Masters of Engineering Management program as well as the Masters of Project Management. I'm also a professor of practice. I teach in the Masters of Engineering Management program. What I want to share with you in this video is the core values that we use to develop courses that I use to hire faculty, that we're constantly talking about how do we make sure that this is part of the student experience. We fit it on one page. I'm going to share my screen so you can see the visual as I talk through them. Here we go. So we call it our true north. The first one, we believe in the power of education and community. I believe this to my core. Let me say this again. We believe in the power of education and community. That sense of purpose, that sense of your career, that you feel your best self developing, that is what we want to help you build here. And if you haven't watched the video that I've created in the 2 types of engineers, I encourage you to do that, because that speaks to a lot about the type of engineer that we are educating here at the Washington University in St. Louis MEM program. Once we get those engineers that identify themselves as the full cycle engineers here, our job is to use these core values to really give a top-notch education. And first and foremost, so that top-notch education, that power of education and community. The best of the best come to WashU, which means in the classroom, you will have the best of the best. Once you graduate, that graduate WashU community will also be the best of the best. We take this very seriously. Number 2, health and safety of students, faculty, and staff is the highest priority. Again, this is critical. Let me say this one again. Health and safety of our students, our faculty, our staff is of the highest priority. This is throughout the university. And I feel the utmost confidence in this because I'm one of those people that I need to know that I'm safe. So most of our classes are being held in the classroom. Most of our instructors are in the classroom, but quite frankly, it's only if those instructors feel like it's safe. If there periodically, I have some faculty that for their own risk analysis, they don't think they can feel safe in the classroom. So they're teaching purely online. Most of us feel very confident in, we don't have those extra risk factors. So I'm going to be in the classroom this spring teaching 2 classes. And all of those safety protocols, the mask wearing, the cleaning, the social distancing, the max number of people in a room, boy, the university takes those very seriously. So I'm comfortable in that. I am confident in that. When it comes to the students, you get to choose which one you're most comfortable with. You can come in the classroom, which would be, that traditional experience in the classroom. For most classes, your instructor will be there too, or you can join via Zoom. Now, for the classes where the instructor is teaching via Zoom, there'll be no option to come in the classroom. You'll join via Zoom. But most, you have the choice to either be in the classroom or join via Zoom. Once again, the safety protocols are there, but at the end of the day, it's really your choice. And you get to choose which way you want to experience the classroom. And that could change week by week for that matter. Number 3, you will perform and learn your best when we challenge you, we encourage you, we hold you accountable. So this is WashU. We get the best of the best. And you'd be disappointed if we didn't challenge you, because that is how you will learn the best. But at the same time, we're going to champion you and we're going to encourage you. We are going to hold you accountable because we all do better, especially when it's getting late at night. We know we're going to be held accountable. That often makes us push a little bit further into that late at night so that we can come to class, with our best preparation, turn our work in with our best efforts. Number 4, you will perform and learn your best when you know what is expected, how you will be assessed. And number 5, you deserve fairness in grading. So we all, we're here to learn. And I hope you join me in the most important priority you have in taking a program like this is the learning. But quite frankly, we all have a sense of pride of accomplishment. And so that grade is our closest measure of that pride of accomplishment. So the grade is important. It shows up on the resume and et cetera, these other things as well. So we're sensitive to the grade. That pride of ownership also tends to be the thing that pushes us a little further, especially when it's getting late at night. So we honor that. So we're going to make sure that you know what's expected and how that grade is going to be calculated, and that you have fairness in grading. If you have any questions or you question a particular grade and whether it's fair, we encourage you to speak to the instructor. If, periodically, once in a while, somebody is not satisfied after they speak to the instructor, you are more than welcome to come to me as the program director. And then you can follow up the chain if you really want to. It's rare, but it is your opportunity, because that fairness in grading is what you should expect, and we take that seriously. Um, we each deserve respect. We each deserve privacy. Every one of us. You do, I do. I hope I don't need to go any further as to what that looks like, what that is. We take that very seriously. Number 8, you deserve excellence. You deserve excellence in the course content. You deserve excellence in the instructors who will be in the class. And because it's WashU, I get to choose from the best of the best. I get to choose from instructors that are leaders in their field, in the industry, so they not only bring that content and the know-how into the classroom, but all that wisdom about how it happens, how it plays out in the real world in industry. And you get the best excellence in that classroom experience, highly engaging. What is highly engaging over Zoom is different than what's highly engaging in the classroom. And we've worked very hard across WashU, the engineering school I can speak to specifically, to make sure that we have the most engaging experience that we can develop over Zoom for the students. And when we're in the classroom, the most engaging experience. And we're really serious about experiential learning. I love it. In my class, I have a simulation. It's a big part of the class. And so students are running a business. You're in teams. You're developing your business. You're choosing, what your product line is, how you're going to invest. And you have usually 8 simulated years. You get a number of practice rounds before that. And as a team, you're competing for market share. You're trying to be the most profitable company with the highest market share. And you're competing against other teams in the classroom, which makes it particularly fun. So we're teaching a concept about the income statement or the balance sheet or the cash flow statement or return on investment or product contribution. You're learning it from really a great book. We've got videos. We have discussions and exercises in class. There are some homework assignments, but you're also using it right away in that simulation. And I have students in the classroom that are both, there are part-time students that are working full-time, and there are full-time students. And so those part-time students get to go back, and oftentimes they're going back and they're using it in their jobs. I had a student just last semester who we went through the whole week, the whole chapter on return on investment. There are 3 key ways to calculate return on investment. In their company, they were only using one, and it's really not the best one to use, just one. She went back, she talked to her supervisor. Supervisor was so impressed in what she was learning. That is now part of her responsibility, and she's thrilled. Number 9, we are building you into global students who value diversity. So in the teams, in my classroom, I can speak to specifically, I'm building teams. I build the teams. I create the teams, and I'm creating diverse teams. I bring English as first language, English as a second language equally on a team. I bring men and women equally on a team. I bring full-time and part-time students. As much as there's a mix in the classroom, I bring equally on a team. And we honor that diversity. We learn about each other's cultures. And while you're in the US, if you are English as a second language, we want you to learn. We assume you're here in the US taking classes so that you can really immerse yourself in how it's done in the US. So absolutely, our learnings in the classroom are based on US companies, but we honor the culture, and we're all learning about different cultures. We have classes. We have a negotiations, cross-cultural negotiations class, etc. So we have other ways that we learn about these diverse cultures, that we honor all. And then number 10, all roads should lead to on-the-job success. I have 30 years of industry experience. I have one other faculty member that works for me full time that has 30 years of industry from Boeing, a local Fortune 500 company. I worked for Motorola for 30 years, a Fortune 500 company in Chicago. So we're bringing our years of experience into the classroom. And then all my other faculty are currently leaders in their industry. Some have their own company, their own marketing company, their own training company, and they're bringing that experience. Others are in Fortune 500 companies, bringing that experience, leaders in their field. And so the expectations in the class, they're not based on some academic expectation. They're based on what would be expected in industry. So if you have not been in industry yet, you know on at least some level what to expect because we align our classroom expectations based on that. So these are our values. This is what we bring into the classroom. This is how we want the students to experience the classroom. This is how I hire my faculty. If this excites you, if this means something to you, I look forward to hearing from you. Here's my email address. If you haven't submitted an application yet, I encourage you to do so. If this encourages you and you've watched the two types of engineers and you relate to that full cycle engineer, hey, I think and you're a serious student, you will prosper here. So again, I welcome you. Thank you for your time.